Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Real Housewives of Atlanta because there is some drama involving SHAMEA. It's just not a good look. And I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face, you guys. I don't think that she was ever over Portia and the issues that they've had in the past, that they so-called worked it out. I think she was holding on until she got a peach holder and was going to unleash, was going to try to take Portia down by any means necessary, because there's no friend or alleged best friend that does any type of foolishness like this. And there's been multiple housewives, whether you believe Brit or not, there's been multiple housewives that, you know, have said that SHAMEA has talked about Portia behind Portia's back whenever she's mad at Portia. That's not a good look. Kenya said it. Angela Oakley said it. Drew Sidora said it. I'm sure it's happened with Candy, even though Candy's not going to publicly admit that because she knows better. But nonetheless, there's been, and I think there's rumors with Sheree as well, like there's been plenty of times where SHAMEA has done this, and I keep trying to tell y'all there's a reason that her and Portia have remained friends all these years for all this time, because there's not that much of a difference between the two of them. It's just that one hides their messiness and shadiness better than the other. And that's all there is to it. So I haven't seen the episode. I haven't seen a few episodes because I've kind of been checked out of Real Housewives and the janky season that they tried to give us and try to serve us up on a platter with. And it's just been nothing but just foolishness. So I was busy last night with the NBA Finals in Love Island. So I am seeing all of this, you know, on my timeline about this drama, I guess, with the fallout of Brit and Kelly's friendship. So SHAMEA has this post that she decided to do on social media, and she's getting dragged up and down in every which way about it. And so it says the following. It says, I was happy to be there to support my friend, who is Kelly, on one of the toughest days of her life, with praying emojis. I'm so happy that her divorce is final. Now let's get down to business. I've never, in all caps, used Kelly Stylish. I've never, in all caps, showed lying ASS Brit any text. Portia and I not going out to celebrate me having a peach was discussed at our Pampered by Portia event. I mean, this is so childish. Why do we need to go out? You know what? I cannot. Brit is grasping for straws at this point. I never bring up what someone does or doesn't do with their body. Screaming someone has had an unalive procedure was out of line and way below the belt. But then somebody called out SHAMEA in the comments that she previously called out Marlo's alleged lipo procedure or whatever else. And SHAMEA didn't think that was a big deal. So SHAMEA, I guess, is trying to facilitate hate towards Portia because Portia didn't tell SHAMEA allegedly that her cousin Londi had passed away, and Phaedra had knew, and Phaedra had told SHAMEA, and SHAMEA apparently had some crocodile tears about it. Here's the thing. In this particular season alone, in this season 16 alone, right? Forget everything else that's happened, right? If Portia is already hearing from Angela Oakley that SHAMEA is talking about Portia behind her back, and then Portia tries to resolve these issues with SHAMEA and everything else, and thinking that they're on a good look, that everything's all good with them, and then she finds out later on from Brit that SHAMEA is still allegedly talking mess about Portia's back, or allegedly showing text messages, and you can't tell me that SHAMEA has not gossiped about Portia with Kelly, or potentially has showed text messages between her and Portia with Kelly. So none of the less, you know, if I'm Portia, why would I be telling my alleged best friend anything if this is how you're moving? If this is how you're moving this season alone, this is your first time being a peach holder, and I keep hearing from multiple housewives that you're talking greasy behind my back, but anytime you confront SHAMEA about it, she wants to make it seem like, you know, oh, Portia's just listening to the new girls and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But it seems pretty interesting. Angela Oakley already laid out the playbook. She laid out the playbook that, you know, because obviously SHAMEA and Kandi have been forthcoming that they've done a lot of coaching for her for their show, that if no cameras are rolling, anything that you say or do when the cameras are not rolling, you know, can't be used against you. So nonetheless, since the cameras were not rolling on all of these alleged times SHAMEA has been messy, she's thinking, I could just change the court of public opinion since people don't like Portia anyway, since Portia receives a lot of hate anyways, I can just pretend and make it seem like everybody else is lying because you don't have any camera footage of me actually being messy. You don't have any camera footage of me allegedly showing any type of text messages. You don't have any receipts, right? Of anything that was filmed for the show that can show how disloyal I have been as it pertains to Portia. However, Drew Sidora has said on Carlos King that SHAMEA has been messy and has, you know, had these, you know, they've had, you know, out for drinks and she's complained about Portia. Angela Oakley has said both on the show and after the show how SHAMEA is moving, that SHAMEA, and I feel like Angela Oakley clocked it. SHAMEA was waiting until she got her peach to air out all of her grievances with Portia. And she never let go of any of the shady things that Portia did on the past. But my problem is, Bravo promoted y'all as best friends on the show. They did this whole rollout of y'all being besties for the show, and we've not seen any besties interaction this entire season. Not even in the earlier episodes, right? Not even when Portia showed up late to your birthday party, right? Like just nothing. No bestie anything, right? Everything mostly has been group events except for, you know, the Dollar Tree putt-putt thing y'all went to. And I think it was the first episode where y'all went out for drinks while Portia was going through her divorce or whatever else. But outside of that, no. And for me, it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And it's odd to me that, because it seems like what Britt allegedly has done is Britt was basically like, listen, looky here, if Kelly is going to drop, you know, me for SHAMEA, then I can drop, you know, Kelly for Portia and cause a little bit of a rift and everything else. But my thing is, if this was a real friendship, I would never let any newcomers try to sabotage that. I think the real is that Portia and SHAMEA have not been good for quite some time. And maybe it was just going to be, they were going to keep it cute, they were going to keep it respectful and all these things. But I think what happened over the course of filming, Portia found out, you know, while she was going through her divorce, whatever else, that SHAMEA was just being real shady behind her back. And Portia's already dealing with what she was dealing with. And so, nonetheless, and that's why she said on the one episode, she said, I'm not trying to lose. I'm not trying to divorce my good friend SHAMEA as well. But if Portia keeps hearing people talking, hearing from other housewives that SHAMEA's talking crazy about her, why would Portia engage with SHAMEA? It makes sense as to why Portia gravitated to Cynthia and Phaedra, especially at the end of the season, because she peeped that SHAMEA was moving foul. She peeped that SHAMEA was, you know, not being, you know, as forthcoming with things. And it's very weird, you know. It's very weird. It seems, and there's somebody in the comments that, and this is all on SHAMEA's page, said, SHAMEA, it almost looks like you went from one lapdog to another with this Kelly stuff. She went low, Britt went lower. That's the game. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, if you were talking about making allegations about any type of DRUG use, and it's odd that, you know, SHAMEA is not finding that to be a big deal, considering the huge backlash, the huge blow that Real Housewives Season 9 had with DRUG allegations. Like what is not computing? Well, what is not computing that any type of DRUG allegations is just out of bounds and out of order? Because once you put that in the realm, somebody's going to go to HELL. You can't judge or, you know, critique how somebody's going to respond. If you're going to put that out there, they're going to go to HELL after that. And there's no turning back. And so, nonetheless, Portia revealed in a scene that the alleged text messages that, you know, Britt was talking about, you know, Portia said that was not about, you know, her and her attorney or whatever else. She said Portia was talking to SHAMEA about some things her therapist told her. So, that's already, you know, a violation. That should be something that is in confidence and everything else. But it's just like, when does it stop? When does the foolishness, you guys, stop to where we keep hearing about SHAMEA being messy behind the scenes? It, for whatever reason, isn't being caught on camera, but when she is on camera, she wants to make it seem like she is, quote unquote, you know, lapdogging for somebody. Before it was Portia, now it appears to be Kelly, and I don't know if they're trying to recreate a frickin' frack type of situation, but the audience isn't interested. And it's looking more and more and more like SHAMEA just wanted to be famous from the show. She wanted to gain the opportunities and the notoriety that other housewives have experienced from the show by being a peach holder, because she obviously wasn't getting it as a friend of. And like I said, that first couple of episodes, she came out, everybody was excited about her, everybody was rooting for SHAMEA, but now it just looks like it explains why she has been a friend of all these years, and it is because she does not read the room. She does not read the room and lapdogs these housewives and, you know, goes below the belt, apparently is super messy behind the scenes, but as long as it's not on camera, it's okay. And then it all comes out and she wants to either cry crocodile tears or call people a liar. But I need to see the footage to, you know, rule you out, SHAMEA. Because everybody can't be lying. Is Drew Sidora lying? Is Angela Oakley lying? Is Kenya Moore lying? Is Sheree Whitfield lying? Like, I know people don't like Britt, but it's not far-fetched, you know, that you wouldn't do some messiness like this. Because Kenya has already put out there, anytime Kenya was not on good terms with Portia and SHAMEA was mad at Portia, basically SHAMEA has no problems gossiping about Portia behind Portia's back. And to me, that tells me everything I need to know. I don't care how bad of terms I am with somebody or, you know, whoever it is. I'm never going to put that business out there. I'm never going to put it out there as no retaliation, right? I could just wash my hands of the situation, and if we work it out, we work it out. If we don't, we don't. But there is no way I am airing you out or putting all your business out on Front Street for what? Like, this is just so childish to me. This is so childish to me. This is so petty. This is so ignorant. This is so immature. And even with all of this, SHAMEA, who is the one that is still getting the opportunities from the show? Who is still the person that Bravo is promoting? It is Portia Williams. No matter how bad of an edit she gets on the show, no matter how bad she gets dragged on the internet, she is the one who is currently filming for The Traitors. She is the one who is in talks to be on next season's Love Hotel. Portia Williams. So y'all can drag her up and down all you want to. You can drag her for the lack thereof of a storyline this season or whatever else. But she's the one who is still getting these opportunities. She is the one who still has that fame, that recognition, that likability. People are tuned into her YouTube and everything else. And I feel like this is just not going to end the way that you think it's going to end. And you got Phaedra back. You got, you know, we'll find out whether or not NeNe comes back for season 17. But this isn't a good look. There's people even in SHAMEA's comments saying you need to be demoted back to a friend. because this just wasn't a good look at all. Nobody, and they were even dragging her further in the comments saying to do all of this and to fall out with your friend like this over a TV show is weird. So, nonetheless, we'll keep an eye out on this to see if anything else comes up. But this is crazy. This is absolutely insanity. I've never seen anything like this, y'all. So there's that. That's all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.